what's up, guys? It's your girl Kia. I am completely makeup free today. Not all the way put together, just dropped off my son at school. But I want to do a video on a very serious topic, and I'm kind of like in real life kind of shook about this. Tai Couture, I want to make sure you guys can hear his whole name, was a YouTuber, and he was one of my favorite YouTubers because he was really, really funny, very fabulous. He had this whole, he's the bishop of his church and funny. He had a whole thing going, and he was a very funny, very charismatic, talented YouTuber, and he actually took his own life, I want to say 2 weeks ago. And a lot of people have already made videos about this. I didn't know about this. I'm so busy during the day with everything going on, with now taking on a second job, second career basically, and my son, my husband, the new house. It's just been really, really crazy. And when I saw it yesterday, it literally stopped me in my tracks. I mean, it took my breath away to find out that this man had taken his own life. And the reason why it shook me so much is because I wasn't surprised. Tai, if you are a member of his channel and watch his videos, he's been very open about his depression. He's been very open about his suicide attempt. But the reason why I wasn't surprised was because him and I actually had an interaction. This interaction took place a year ago, and it's when he brought on the new guy, Michael Hurd, and was in the process of getting divorced from his ex-husband, Corey Kelly. And everybody in this comment section were mentioning about, okay, what happened to Corey? Where's Corey? Who's this guy? Because the whole new thing had not been introduced. And Tyree was very, very emotional about it. He was in his community comments on YouTube, and I think it's still there, and he was very emotional about why everybody wanted him to talk about this. And I made a comment, and this is not to brag or anything, but my comment got the most likes because it was the most non-judgmental, non-whatever comment in there. And it's basically saying, you shouldn't have to explain yourself, but you are living your life publicly, and that sucks as a YouTuber, as an influencer, as anything. You're living your life publicly, so people are gonna make comments. And even his response to me was very much like, I get what you're saying, but what should I do, and da-da-da-da. Right then and there, I knew that though he is very, very talented and a great YouTuber, he was not cut out for the scrutiny. You have to be cut out for people to build you up one day, tear you down the next day. And I don't think he was 100% ready for that, especially making the decisions that he was making. It seemed like, and again, the problem is, it doesn't seem like he had anybody really close in his corner, but it seemed like he was living his life through the YouTube screen, through trying to receive love and appreciation and value. And a lot of people are like that, and it's just a sad situation, especially when you're dealing with mental health issues in the first place, which he had been. He had gotten into a car accident, which affected his brain and caused a depression. And I think he's mentioned that once, but that is actually something that really, really, really does happen to a lot of people. I have another friend who had a brain tumor. She had an operation on the brain tumor, and it completely changed the makeup of her brain. Even how her heat and cold sensors work, everything changed. I mean, when you have a brain injury, it really can kind of turn down one switch, turn up another switch, and it's just no rhyme or reason to why it happens. So I do believe that's what it caused the depression. I also believe that car accident is why he just wanted to seek out love anyway. His whole relationship with Michael Hurd was so fast and furious, none of his fans could even keep up with it. Michael Hurd was there for, 6.5, 7 months, and then he was gone and was back to I'm single again. And I felt so bad for him in this moment because I felt like he was not ready to, one, jump into a new relationship, and two, he wasn't ready to be single again. And I appreciate that he was open about his depression, but I wonder if he was actually getting help for that. Yes, as viewers, it's great to talk to us. It's great to vent to a camera that can't talk back and judge you. But we're just icons in the comment section. We're just numbers at the bottom of the screen. We're not someone who is medically trained to help, to sit with you, to be with you, to talk you through hard moments, and to actually tell you why you may feel a certain way. And though I'm not surprised, it's very sad that he thought that this was the only way out was suicide. And I get how that feels. Because again, if you watch my channel, I have attempted to commit suicide about 5 years ago. And again, it's not because it's hard to explain. I've explained in another video, but it's just There is no rhyme or reason to commit suicide. It's definitely not the easy way out. I know a lot of people say that. It's not the easy way out. The one part that does surprise me about his suicide is that when I did it and I woke up, I remember the look on my entire family's face, and I felt the pain that I had put them through for the entire 2 days I was in a coma. You can feel all of this pain, and I vowed right then and there I would never do that to my family ever again. And Tai had already tried previously, and he had to wake up to those same faces that I had to wake up to. So for him to put his family through that again a second time means that he had really 100% given up. And it's a really, really sad, awful thing. Mental illness in the Black community is real. Depression is real. This is not like... I know everybody these days is using the buzzword of, oh, I have so much anxiety. I deal with anxiety. Like, everybody deals with anxiety to an extent. But when your anxiety and depression is crippling, that's when it's an issue. It has taken me years to get over my depression and anxiety. I still have to deal with the anxiety. And when people who have it deal with it, it's not just, I feel anxious or I'm sweating or I'm nervous, or it's... Your entire body shoves millions and millions of gallons of adrenaline throughout your entire body. You start spiraling thought-wise into everything. You then start to just almost like capsizing in on yourself, and you get lightheaded and you get dizzy, and that's the anxiety that I deal with. And then when you finally come down from that anxiety, you end up sleeping for, a good 16, 17 hours. That's what I deal with, and I'm glad I've gotten through that part through support from people around me, through therapy, through acknowledgement that I am dealing with this and how to handle it when it happens. As far as the depression concerns, I do have moments of depression. I've had issues of dealing with it through alcohol. That's not a good way to deal with it. And then I've found positive ways to get out of my own head. I dance. I'm on a dance team. I have my family. I have things that I like to do. I do try to get out the house and do stuff and try to refresh my brain at least once a week. And I don't think that Tai was able to do that. Partially because he was trying to get over a relationship. He's also trying to do the YouTube thing. And when you have people begging you for videos and begging you for content, and you feel like you have an obligation to them, and then you feel like you've let them down because you're not giving content, and they're, waiting on you, and they love you, and you feel like you're not being a good person, that can be a lot for someone to deal with. So I pray for his family. I pray for his soul. I wish that he could have just held on a little while longer, because somebody could have come into his life, not a relationship, but someone who could have come into his life to really help and be supportive. And it's weird Monday morning quarterbacking about someone taking their own life, but it's just, you just wish they just waited just a little while longer. So I pray for his family. I pray for his soul. I hope he is in heaven, and I hope he is getting the rest that he actually deserves, the love he actually deserves, and just what he's actually needing where he's at. So those are my thoughts about it. Again, mental health is real. Take care of yourselves. Acknowledge when you're not feeling bad. Talk to somebody if you need to. Don't be afraid to go to a therapist or a psychologist. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't be scared of medication, because at some point, sometimes that is what can help. But those are my thoughts about it. I hope everybody has an amazing, loving, awesome day. Like and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram at I am Kia Giovanni. Find me on Twitter at Kia Shakur. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Mwah.